All right, everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we dig into some seriously interesting stories today. We're going to check out this incredible athlete, someone you guys have probably heard of, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the biggest names in soccer. But we're not just looking at the fame, the goals, the trophies. We're going way back to the beginning, to his childhood, to figure out what made him so amazing.
Exactly, because before the stadiums, before the millions of fans, there was this kid with a dream and a whole lot of challenges to overcome. So what we're really looking for here is the spark, that thing that ignites a passion and pushes you to go after what you want no matter what. And to do that, we've got some awesome sources to pull from: biographies, interviews, even some stuff from Ronaldo himself talking about those early years.
Yeah, and what's really cool is that we can learn a lot from his journey, even if we're not all trying to become pro athletes. His story is all about hard work, dedication, and bouncing back from setbacks, things that are important for anyone, no matter what your goals are.
So let's rewind the clock back to 1985 to this tiny little island called Madeira. It's part of Portugal, and it's where Cristiano Ronaldo's story begins.
And get this, it's like the total opposite of the glamorous life he has now. We're talking about a rugged island, a small house with a tin roof, a family struggling to make ends meet.
Yeah, and on top of that, Ronaldo was picked on by other kids. They called him too small, too poor. He even got teased for his accent. But here's the thing. This kid had this crazy love for soccer, this pure passion that you could see even then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have a real soccer ball at first. He was kicking around a ball made of rags, just dribbling and shooting in the streets of his neighborhood.
Can you imagine that, the guy who becomes one of the best soccer players in the world, starting out with a rag ball? It's kind of mind-blowing.
It really is, and it just shows how much this game meant to him.
Yeah.
Even with all the challenges, even being teased. He just kept playing and playing, and he was good too. Even with that makeshift ball, he was already faster and more skilled than a lot of the other kids.
And that's where we start to see that spark ignite, right? There's this great story about him playing at his dad's local club, Andorinha, and just running circles around everyone with that patched up ball like he was unstoppable even then.
And he knew it too. There's this quote from him where he's just looking at the camera with this total confidence, and he says, "This is me." Like he knew he was destined for greatness.
Wow. Talk about self-belief from a young age. But it wasn't just blind confidence. He was backing it up with his skills and his crazy dedication. So how did he go from kicking a rag ball in Madeira to playing for one of the biggest teams in the world?
Well, it's a pretty wild story, so get ready,
Garrett.
because things are about to get interesting.
All right, I'm all ears.
So scouts from Sporting CP, which is this huge soccer club in Lisbon, they saw Ronaldo playing and were immediately impressed. They called him a rocket because of his speed and skill on the field, and they knew they had to bring him to their academy.
And that's a big deal, right? Like going from this small island to a big city, joining a professional academy, it's a huge step.
It was a huge step, and a scary one, too. Imagine being 12 years old, leaving your family behind to pursue your dream that takes guts.
I can't even imagine saying goodbye to my mom at that age and moving to a whole new place. It must have been so hard.
Yeah, and Lisbon was a whole different world. It was busy, crowded. And Ronaldo found himself alone in this small room, probably missing home terribly.
And it wasn't just the homesickness he had to deal with, right? I mean, kids can be pretty tough, especially when someone new comes in.
Oh, definitely. The other kids at the academy, they made fun of him for his accent. They told him to go back to Madeira. It was pretty rough.
But here's the thing that really makes Ronaldo stand out. Instead of letting that stuff break him, he used it as fuel.
He channeled all that loneliness and all those taunts into his training. He would wake up before sunrise, run up hills, dribble the ball until his legs ached. He was determined to prove everyone wrong.
That's incredible. I mean, talk about turning a negative into a positive. It's like he had this superpower to use any obstacle to make himself stronger.
He definitely had this incredible drive. And just when it seemed like things were going his way, he got hit with another massive challenge, a heart condition called tachycardia.
Oh, wow. A heart condition. That's serious, especially for an athlete.
Absolutely. It meant he had to have surgery, and there was a real chance he might never play soccer again. It was a terrifying time for him.
So what did he do? Did he give up on his dream?
Not a chance. As he was going into surgery, he told everyone, "I'll be back." And true to his word, he was back training within weeks after the surgery.
Wow, that's some serious resilience and determination. Most people would be devastated after something like that, but he just refused to quit.
Exactly. And that resilience became his trademark. It's like every challenge he faced just made him more determined to succeed. And his training regimen was intense. He was pushing himself harder than anyone else, doing tons of push-ups, sprints, weightlifting.
I mean, think about it. This is a teenager we're talking about, pushing himself to the limit day in and day out.
Yeah, there's even this story about his coaches telling him to slow down, take it easy, and his response was just never. He wasn't satisfied with just being good. He wanted to be the best.
And that dedication, that work ethic, it started to pay off in a big way. And there's this one game that really put him on the map, a friendly match against Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in England.
And he just destroyed them. He was dribbling past their players like they were standing still, scoring amazing goals, and everyone was watching.
Including the legendary coach of Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson. He was so impressed with Ronaldo that he signed him to the team and even gave him the iconic number 7 shirt.
And there's this awesome story about Sir Alex Ferguson telling Ronaldo, "You're my wolf, now run." It was like a passing of the torch, a sign that Ronaldo was ready for the next level.
But even joining Manchester United wasn't all smooth sailing, right? I mean, the pressure must have been immense.
Oh, yeah. He had some tough moments. At first, missed some easy shots, tripped over the ball a few times, and the fans, some of them started booing him. They even called him overrated.
Ouch, that's got to sting, especially when you're a young player trying to prove yourself.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
But once again, Ronaldo didn't let the criticism break him. He doubled down on his training. He stayed late after practice working on his weaknesses, watching videos of his games, studying his opponents. He was determined to silence the doubters.
And it worked. There's this amazing story about a game on a rainy night. Ronaldo gets the ball and scores this unbelievable goal, a rocket into the top corner of the net, and the crowd goes wild.
And that was the turning point. From that moment on, he was unstoppable. He became one of the most exciting players in the world, scoring goals left and right, winning trophies and awards.
And by the age of 23, he had already achieved so much. He won the Champions League, which is like the biggest club competition in the world. He was named the best player in the world, and he won his first Ballon d'Or, which is like the Oscar for soccer.
It's insane, right? From a kid with a rag ball to a global superstar in just a few years. And it wasn't a fluke. He kept pushing himself, kept getting better, and went on to have even more success at Real Madrid, another one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah, he scored over 450 goals in 9 seasons. With Real Madrid, won 4 more Ballon d'Ors. It's like he rewrote the record books.
Look, and there's this journey with the Portuguese national team. He led them to victory in the European Championship in 2016, which is a huge moment for him and for Portugal.
And remember, he did all that while battling injuries, playing through pain. It's like he's superhuman.
He's definitely got this incredible willpower and dedication. And even though he's not playing for Real Madrid anymore, he's still going strong. He's now playing for a team called Al Nassr, and he's still scoring goals at almost 40 years old. It's unbelievable.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Cristiano Ronaldo's journey, what are some of the key takeaways? What can we learn from his story that can help us in our own lives?
Well, I think the biggest lesson is the power of hard work and dedication. Ronaldo wasn't just born with talent. He worked tirelessly to hone his skills. He pushed himself harder than anyone else, and that's what made him a champion. And that applies to anything you want to achieve in life, whether it's in sports, music, academics, anything you have to put in the effort.
Absolutely. And another important lesson is the importance of resilience. Ronaldo faced so many setbacks along the way. He was teased, he had to leave his family, he had a serious heart condition. But every time he got knocked down, he got back up stronger. He used those challenges to fuel his determination, and that's something we can all learn from.
Yeah, life is full of challenges, and it's not about avoiding them. It's about how you respond to them. Do you let them defeat you, or do you use them to grow and become stronger, just like Ronaldo did?
And another big takeaway is the importance of dreaming big and taking action. Ronaldo started out with a rag ball and a dream of playing professional soccer. And he didn't just dream about it. He worked hard every single day to make that dream a reality. He set goals, he took action, he never gave up. And that's what we need to do too. We need to identify our passions, set ambitious goals, and then take those small steps every day to move towards them.
And finally, don't let the doubters get you down. Ronaldo had plenty of people telling him he wasn't good enough, that he wouldn't make it. But he ignored the negativity and focused on his own path. He believed in himself and his abilities, and that's what allowed him to inaugurate greatness. And we need to do the same. We need to believe in ourselves even when others don't, and keep pushing towards our goals.
So there you have it, folks. The story of Cristiano Ronaldo, from a kid with a rag ball to a global icon. It's a story of hard work, resilience, dedication, and the power of believing in yourself.
And remember, you've got that spark too, that thing that makes you unique, that drives you to be your best. Find it, nurture it, and let it guide you on your own journey.
So what's your spark? What are you passionate about? What are you willing to work hard for? Let us know in the comments, and until next time, keep chasing your dreams.
That's it for today, Wolf Pups. You're tough, quick, and smart, made for greatness.